Hi, I'm Denise Simpson, a master life and leadership coach who helps women step into their authentic and feminine power so they can lead like visionaries, influence with grace, and create a legacy of contribution and service. You'll hear about real leadership clients with real problems, navigating their success in life, business, and career. If you're ready to become a masterful leader, then this podcast was made for you. So let's get started. Welcome, leader. Yes, sovereignty. We are going to talk about sovereignty in the context of you as a leader. I am currently offering a one-on-one opportunity. This is you and I working together for 8 weeks. It is a full immersion. You get a lifetime access to my curriculum on sovereign leadership, which, by the way, is being turned into a book for the masses in another year or two. But this is an opportunity for you and I to work through what sovereignty means and how it impacts not only your life, but your followers. This is the most important work that you will ever do as a leader. So sovereignty, my friend, starts with you. And the definition that you and I are going to use as we work together is that sovereignty is having independent authority. You having independent authority, meaning that you are no longer influenced by society. What society has told you what to do, how to believe, what to think. Society no longer has that influence on you because you have independent authority. Your culture will no longer exploit you, meaning that if your culture said that you, because you are a woman, you must be barefoot and pregnant, or you can't leave the tribe, who are you? Why are you so special? Right? The group tells us in what direction to go in. And that's your culture. You are no longer influenced by what your culture has told you is important, is imperative for you to stay within the tribe. That's no longer the case when you are a sovereign leader. You, my friend, you have the authority to govern yourself. That's the definition that we are going to adopt as we work together. It's having independent authority and the authority to govern oneself. Listen, leadership is about you, the leader. That's part one, right? You, your mindset, your skill set, your strategies. How do you internalize things? How do you handle crisis? How do you handle challenges? What are your belief systems about you as a leader? What do you believe about your employees? What is your belief about entitlement, about hierarchy, about the systems that are in place that either promote or demote women in leadership? What are your internal beliefs? It's looking at your internal landscape. That's part one. Part two is about implementing strategies, skill set, and tactics because of who you are as the core and what you believe in. 2 parts to leadership. That is it. And I, after 20 plus years in this field, not only as someone in the trenches with her employees, I started out very young in management and leadership. I was a 19-year-old running a Bath and Body Works store. And that was the trajectory, not only in my academic career, but also my leadership career. I never stopped leading. I never stopped learning. My PhD is in leadership studies, and I didn't go and get this PhD until my 30s because I was ready at that point. I was ready. I had the practical experience, but I wanted to understand the theoretical frameworks. I wanted to understand the theory behind all of these strategies, all of these tactics. Why are these strategies and tactics important? Who created this? What is the research behind this? Is there empirical research supporting these strategies? I wanted to learn where the theoretical side came into the practical side. I wanted to marry theory and practice at that point in my career. And then that led me to leading as a CEO of my company, as a consultant and a master certified life and leadership coach. That's what I get to do with my clients every day. We get to look at them first, the nucleus, the core. What are their belief systems? Let's look at your internal landscape first. And part 2 is the external landscape. How are your beliefs influencing how you implement your strategies, how you implement tactics? What are your skill sets that you're demonstrating? And how you are leading your employees. That's the result. We're looking at committed and engaged employees because of your leadership. 2 parts, internal landscape and external landscape. That's it. And I simplify leadership for you. And we get to do that through one-on-one coaching. So when we work on sovereignty, we're looking at you, the core, the nucleus. That's the first part that you must master. Because if you don't, my friend, you have no business leading another soul. I will say this until my last breath on this earth. You have to lead thyself first before you can lead another soul. How dare you even think that you can lead another soul when you have an unmanaged mind with unregulated emotions, with habitual patterns in thinking that is dangerous and toxic to how you show up as a leader. If your followers are challenging you right now, if you are feeling threatened in any way, as in threatening your position, your livelihood, that salary that you earn as a leader, if you are at all afraid, feeling insecure, feeling like a fraud, feeling disrespected, if you are feeling like you are having to compromise your soul for a seat at the corporate table, then we need to look at what's going on in your mind. What are your beliefs? What are your values that are driving those beliefs? What does your culture, or what has your culture told you that you could do or not do? What did society tell you that you were capable of doing? These are all at the unconscious level. And what we get to do through the Sovereign Leadership Program, this one-on-one opportunity, is we get to bring all of that that's at the unconscious level, we bring it to the conscious forefront, prefrontal cortex of your mind. And we make decisions from there. And I show you how to do that. So that all of those tactics, all of those strategies, and that skill set that you work so hard to develop can now be implemented in a more powerful, confident, certain way. And ultimately, your employees benefit from this work that you're going to do. This is the opportunity that I am laying out for you today. I want you to go from feeling like a fraud, feeling like an imposter, to having full authority of your brain, of your beliefs, of your values. You will never, ever, ever again be affected by what someone said to you, by a challenge that you face in the organization, by what your employees have said about you or think about you. You will never, ever, ever question your authority as a leader when you work with me. I want you to go from feeling disrespected, undermined, to feeling confident and certain in her ability to lead. I want you to go from feeling like there is no point in being here because you're a woman, because of the sexism, because of the harassment, maybe the inequality of things, to feeling in control because you have full authority. You are an independent authority and the authority to govern yourself. So you get to change your thoughts about that so that you are empowered to take action from a confident place. I want you to stop compromising your integrity. I want you to stop contorting yourself into a pretzel for the sake of your organization. I want you to now be in full authority. I want you to feel secure as you have this status of leader, as you have this role of leader or manager or supervisor or director. Your status is safe because you've done the internal work to feel safe and to feel secure in your role as leader. This is the work that a sovereign leader does. And you and I get to do that together. This opportunity is on the table. Will you come and sit at my table? Will you at least sit on the chair that I've pulled out for you? If you are curious, if you are interested, if you can see yourself as a sovereign, independent, full authority, fully empowered leader, you need to come and see me so that we can work together to get you to that vision that you have for yourself. You're a leader. You're a visionary. That's not your problem. You can see ahead. You have the power of foresight, and you see yourself in a different identity. And you see yourself empowered and in full control of your mind, where you are fulfilled and having joy every day in your role, and also impacting your employees. Then you need to come and sit at my table so that we can discuss this opportunity. It is one-on-one. It's a private container. It is the most safest, secure container that I can create for you, the leader. You and I get to be vulnerable together. You and I get to discuss what your challenges are. And then I get to walk you through that end result, that vision that you have for yourself. That's what the 8-week immersion is about. You will be a sovereign leader who is in full control and in full power within 8 weeks. I guarantee you that. My friend, it is time to learn. It's time to learn how to be a sovereign leader. I want you to feel confident and certain in your abilities to lead. And when you do this for yourself, you get to inspire your followers. You get to impact the organization's bottom line. Or if you're a community leader, you get to impact your communities that you serve. You, my friend, are creating a legacy of service and contribution. And get this, without compromising your peace and sovereignty. I'll never let you do that again. You will never contort yourself into a pretzel for anyone else. You will never sacrifice your soul for a seat at the corporate table ever again. And you can have all this within 8 weeks. DM me over on IG at Dr. Denise Simpson. Head over there. That's how you can reach me. DM me. Let me know you are ready. You are ready to be a sovereign leader. And we'll book a time, a Zoom call. No obligation, my friend, to hire me. Just get on that Zoom call so that we can talk about working together. I've worked with hundreds of leaders and thousands of leadership students in my career. I have been in your shoes. I know the insecurities. I know the self-doubt. I know what it feels like to be a fraud. I know what it feels like to be undermined and disrespected by my leaders, by my board of directors, by any board member or shareholder. I know what you go through. I know what sexism looks like explicitly and implicitly. I know about sexual harassment because I've been a target of sexual harassment. I know about gender inequality. I fight for it every day. I know personally and intimately what it feels like to compromise yourself, to compromise your integrity. I also know what it feels like to sacrifice yourself for your career. And this is why I do what I do, because no other woman should have to endure what I've endured in my lifetime. All right, leader, the decision is in your hands. You have a choice. You have a choice to choose you first. So DM me over at Dr. Denise Simpson. Let me know you are ready and we'll set up a Zoom chat. Talk to you soon. Have a great week. Hey Hey, before you go, I have a special gift to share with you. It is my exclusive guide on the 15 values of a masterful leader. That's right. These values are what drive every decision you make. They motivate every action you take as a leader. So don't leave this to chance. You gotta know what 15 values masterful leaders use to develop their influence, inspire their followers, and impact their organizations. So head over to my show notes, grab this exclusive guide ASAP. It'll be delivered in your email box as soon as possible. I'll see you inside.